Assalamu alaikum. In this video, we will cover the topic thoracic outlet syndrome, that is also known as TOS. This is a condition in which the nerves and blood vessels in the region of lower neck and upper chest are compressed. The average age for thoracic outlet syndrome is 25 to 40 years old. Thoracic outlet syndrome is also known as thoracic inlet or superior thoracic aperture. Actually, it is an opening between your neck and chest, and it allows a passageway for important structures to pass through it. The important structure that is passing through it are brachial plexus, that contains the associated nerves that cross your neck to your armpit. Then it contains subclavian artery and vein. The passageway may get compressed or narrow if there is anatomical variation or in case of some injuries. The passageway gets normal and the structures like bones and muscles presses on the nerves, blood vessels in this region, producing the symptoms of pain and abnormal sensation known as paresthesia. These structures like blood vessels and nerves are pinched between bones and muscle. If we see this diagram, in this diagram it is apparent that the pain and abnormal sensation is seen in the lower neck and upper region along the lateral border of the arm and in thumb and index and ring finger. Next, talk about the types of thoracic outlet syndrome. There are three types of TOS: neurogenic TOS, venous TOS, and arterial TOS. Neurogenic TOS is the most common type of TOS, and it occurs due to the compression of brachial plexus nerves at the area of your upper chest. About 95% cases of neurogenic thoracic outlet is seen. It occurs due to repetitive stress injuries, and repetitive movements often occurs in the sports, and sudden trauma your neck like whiplash due to neck strains. Then 5% cases are report of venous thoracic outlet syndrome, in which the subclavian vein has been compressed, and it is typically more common in men than female at their 20s and 30s. And the symptoms are usually dominate in the dominant arm. Then here comes the third type, arterial TOS, in which the subclavian artery has been compressed. It is a rare types, although uh, younger people, younger than 40 years people, has been reported 1% cases of arterial TOS, and it is most common if a blood clot has been formed in the arm. If talk about the symptoms of TOS, there are multiple symptoms, and symptoms will be occur on the affected side. If it is affected on one side, then one side will show the symptoms. The pain is seen along the lateral border of the arm along with the thumb and ring finger, which may be worsened when the patient lifts the arm. Sometimes headache is also associated. Tingling and pain sensation, numbness, loss of sensation or abnormal sensation is seen in condition of TOS. There is a particular muscle weakness or atrophy in the intrinsic muscle of hand. Intrinsic muscle of hand include thenar, hypothenar, interossei, and lumbricus. These four muscles make up the intrinsic muscle of hand, which is important for gripping actions of hand. There is swelling or heaviness in the affected side or affected arm. Then there may present color changes, like skin may get pale or blue. The skin may feel cool to touch. If there is a vascular TOS, the clot is formed in that region. The clot will lead to ischemia, and the blood is not properly goes to the muscles, and the muscle is deprived of blood and nutrition. The skin gets cool, and which indicates diminished blood flow. Slow healing sores on your fingers. Then, what are the causes of TOS? There may be congenital, traumatic, and functional. Congenital structural abnormalities, which are known as true TOS. Like, for example, if there is congenital enlarged transverse process of C7 and the scalene muscle is enlarged or hypertrophic, then there may be abnormality in a cervical rib, or cervical rib may also be present, and it is known as true TOS. Then there is a traumatic TOS. For example, if there is a injury, fall, and accident, then there is a functional, like repetitive stretch movements or postural habits, stooped posture, and the TOS due to functional abnormality, it is known as symptomatic TOS. So we have a true TOS and a symptomatic TOS. True TOS due to congenital structural abnormalities, and a functional TOS due to symptomatic TOS. So there are different ways to diagnose a TOS. The following test may be performed on the patient to see either the TOS has been seen in the patient, or there is another pathology that is disturbing, or that is presenting the complaint. So there may be upper limb tension test, East and Roos test, Wright's test, Tinel test, Adson test, Eden, Morley, brachial plexus compression test, and Cyriax release test. These all tests will be performed on the patient and see either the diagnosis TOS or not. Then, if the diagnosis has been confirmed that the patient has TOS, then the following treatment will be applied. But just in case we have neurogenic TOS, only the physiotherapy candidate. But if the patient has vascular TOS, for example, venous TOS or arterial TOS, then the surgery is required. Then the physical therapy will not go well. Then we have to perform surgery. And if there is a neurogenic TOS, then we will perform physiotherapy and the patient will see a symptomatic relief. Then the treatment apply neural mobilization maneuvers if the neurodynamic tests are positive and the nerve glides are performed. The stretching of scalene and pectoralis major and minor are done. Thoracic extension is performed. Angel exercises, scapular squeeze and retraction, chest up opener, neck isometrics, neck retraction or chin tucking exercises, external rotation with resistance bands must be performed, and these exercises must be progress according to the according to the need of the patient and tolerance of the patient. Thank you so much. If you like this video, subscribe and like and share this video.